describe my style of play as someone who's a downhill runner. It's about my game is being able to go 60 yards for a touchdown.
Yo, what's up, Colts fans? This is Ben from the 1-0 podcast. Welcome to my brand new podcast. This is the first episode of the 1-0 podcast, so welcome. I hope you clicked this video not on accident. I hope you enjoy this video, and what I'm going to bring to you guys for this first episode is a mock draft. It's my first mock draft of the off season. So without further ado, let's go right into it, yeah. So we'll go ahead and click that. 7 rounds. We'll do all 7 rounds. All right, let's get the show on the road. Now, a lot of these picks, they're not gonna be based on who I think will sign in free agency, or I'm not going to draft a quarterback because I think the Colts will get rid of Carson Wentz. This is purely based on the positions we need, or we did need, when the moment our season ended. So just keep that in mind when I am drafting. Just because I'm not drafting Carson Strong with the second round pick, it's no big deal. And if you guys conducted your own mock draft and you have your results and you're like, you know what, that's who I think the Colts should pick or will pick, go ahead and post them down in the comments below. And I'll be more than happy to look over those players. I know a lot of these players I'm not too familiar with, so if I do pick some players I don't know, I might end up having to watch highlights after. But if you guys do mention some players I'm not familiar with, I will watch highlights, I will do my research, and get familiar with those players. I always find it important to get comfortable with the players, around the time the Colts will draft, because Chris Ballard did set a different. He did set the bar for drafting top-notch players that become all pros and Pro Bowlers later on in the NFL. So I always look forward to this time of year in the off season. So here, all right. So let's get started. So right here, this is tough. Now I don't think George Pickens will come off the board. If he is on the board, I don't think the Colts will grab him. This man has behavioral problems, so I'd be surprised if they do grab him. I see George Pickens going to the Raiders, maybe, or maybe Jacksonville, but not here. So we'll take a quick look at these receivers. I'm just quickly reading some of this information at the bottom. It kind of just explains what position, what schemes they fit in, and an ideal role in the NFL they could have. But yeah, I mean, y'all let me know who y'all would pick with this pick. I know y'all can see the players. Even if you're not picking a wide receiver, amongst these wide receivers, who would you guys pick? Like right now, I want to grab Is Sky Moore. Sky Moore does. He's a starting slot receiver. Calvin Austin is another tremendous wide receiver. Number 2, 3 receiver that gets touches in a variety of ways. Spread offense. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and go Christian Watson here. Don't get me wrong, I do like Sky Moore and Calvin Austin. I think guys are fast enough to even play um, the slot position. All right. Now, speaking of slot positions, I think the Colts are going to go with another wide receiver here. They do need to address that slot position because watching that Chris Ballard press conference the other day, he didn't seem too confident in signing or re-signing Zach Pascal. So um, I think to grab a receiver to cover that spot until Paris Campbell returns. He does have a history of injury problems, so I feel like that would be a concern because you don't want to miss out on a slot receiver, a really decent slot receiver in this draft. So um, I think the Colts will grab Rondelle Robinson. I know Danny Gray is really good too. So let's go ahead and grab Rondelle Robinson. Like I said, you guys see these players on the board. Y'all let me know who you would draft. It's a simple mock draft, nothing too crazy. No trades, no nothing like that. All right, so now we're back to the best available, and where our team needs are at is edge rusher and cornerback. So this is where we start looking at the defense. So we have Isaiah Thomas, D'Angelo Malone. I think these guys are pretty good. Alex Wright, not too familiar with him, I should say. Not fond. I do like Montaric Brown. He does play zone, but he can also play man to man. So I think that's a. And the Colts' next pick, I'm not sure what their next pick is, but I think it's like the 150 or something. And I don't want this guy to be off the board, so we'll go ahead and draft Montaric Brown from Arkansas. Sometimes you just gotta dig deep to find that player you want, that player you think can provide that performance we're looking for. Hassan Haskins really coming this late? Let's grab another running back. How about that? I'm just kidding. Oh no, we don't need no running back. All right, so D'Angelo Malone, 2-star recruit, 3-4 outside linebacker. Mm, yeah, this is Dominique Robinson. gap penetration, defense, developmental, base, 3-4 rush linebacker. He's a speed rusher off the edge. Okay. So I think we'll kind of wait on that edge rusher here. Let's go offensive tackle. See who we have. Obinna Eze. Starting left tackle. Obinna Eze. I think we'll go Obinna Eze here to address that left tackle position that we desperately need. All right. Now that we covered that, let's go ahead and grab that tight end we need, Cole Turner. I know there's a lot of skepticism on if Jack Doyle is going to return, if we're going to resign Mo Ali Cox. In my opinion, I think we will resign Mo Ali Cox, and I do think we will. I think Jack Doyle, he might return for another year. I think a lot of the times when guys want to retire, I think when they kind of are more uh, are more decisive on retiring, they kind of retire quickly. Like the season ends, um, I think I'm gonna retire within that week. So, but I know they did say they needed to think about it because I know T.Y. Hilton's decision was based on Jack Doyle's, and Jack Doyle's was based on T.Y. Hilton, and all that jibber jabber. So it is what it is. But I think he is going to come back for at least one more year. Him and Ty will come back for at least one more year to make a run, for that Lombardi, and I hope that's the case because they definitely do deserve it. All right, so I think we can go this edge rush. Jeffrey Gunter, edge rush. Edge defender that plays on high percentage run plays. 3-4 outside linebacker on a team that wants their edge defenders to set a hard edge to stop the run. You see, but we don't need an edge rusher to stop the run. Yeah, we do, but we need an edge rusher to get after the quarterback. Okay, Michael Clemons. There it is. That's all we needed. Michael Clemons provides that edge rushing for the pass rush, I should say, for the edge position. All right, now we're good. All right, now we can kind of address some of the positions. Amari Carter. I think I'm gonna go Amari Carter here. This is a hidden gem. I like Amari Carter. He plays the cover 3 and Tampa 2. And he's known for his hard hitting style. And I like that. We need something like that. And Luke Fortner, center. I don't know if these guys are going to go late, in this draft. I mean, we never know where they're going to fall. We don't know what trades are going to happen. Anything can happen, but um, as of now, these are whom I think the Colts should pick based on the players we have now. Definitely need some help at the receiver position, no doubt, right? And then we need some help in the cornerback, some depth. I know Xavier Rhodes might not come back. It seems like it's leaning more towards him not coming back. So we need help in that cornerback position, and then the left tackle. That left tackle, Eric Fisher. Maybe the Colts re-sign him for another 1 year deal. Hey, you were hurt. He didn't have an off season, no OTAs. He didn't come, didn't play till a few weeks into the season. Let's give this man a break, right? And I think that's the same with Carson Wentz. He really didn't have. I mean, he had OTAs, he did practice, but he did have surgery prior to the season starting. There was talk on who was going to be our starting quarterback to begin the season. Then he was able to play, and then the Rams game, both of his ankles got rolled up. Don't know how that happened. I know it was on the sack of Aaron, when Aaron Donald was taking him down, but that's just insane. Both of his ankles got rolled up. And then later on in the season, he had COVID. That's when we lost two in a row. Didn't make playoffs. So a lot of adversity Carson Wentz went through this season. I think, uh, in my opinion, do I think they should keep him? I do, because I think he's the best option available. Not even available, because we do have him. I know we're going to spend all this money on Carson Wentz, and I mean, you have to spend money on certain players for certain positions that you desperately need. And I don't think we're going to go and grab a player, that's better than Carson Wentz. You know, that's not cheaper. I mean, so look at it this way: you pay for what you get, right? So if you go out, we release Carson Wentz, we free up this amount of money. We're going to use that money to go grab a free agent player that we think, because we portray Carson Wentz to be bad, 27 TDs to 7 INTs, we portray him to be bad, so we don't want him anymore, right? So we go out and grab another quarterback that's not even as good as he is. And I think the only quarterback out there that we could ever potentially pursue at this moment is Matt Ryan. And I hardly doubt that would even happen. But as far as the other quarterbacks that have been mentioned, I don't think it's possible. I think the Colts are gonna kind of throw out trade offers, maybe for Rodgers, maybe for Russell Wilson. I don't know. Um, if I was Chris Ballard and I was like, you know what, Carson Wentz, I don't think he's the guy. I would go Nick Foles. I would trade for Nick Foles. You guys might bash me for that. It is what it is. I have a right. I'm entitled to my own opinion, as you guys are as well. But I would sign Nick Foles, because Nick Foles, he has a better IQ playing the quarterback position than Carson Wentz does. And let's face it, we saw a lot of silly throws that you know, Carson Wentz threw, and you can ask my wife. I was watching and I'm like, what the heck is that? What are you doing? What did you see that, you know, like, did you not see the defenders sitting there? Did you not see like three defenders hovering over Mo Ali Cox? So it was frustrating season. I know statistically speaking, on paper, he didn't look bad. You watch film, he was bad. He was bad, flat out. He was bad, and I don't think we portray him to be a bad quarterback. I think his film portrays him to be a bad quarterback. So there's that. There's my spiel. All right. Regardless, we'll have a tight end, right? We're addressing the tight end here. Um, Vertical threat. Go watch his highlights. Y'all won't regret this decision to draft Cole Turner. Um, Michael Clemons, edge rusher, not bad. I think he's a late round gem for an edge rusher. Amari Carter, same in the safety position. I think he's a gem. And he's a hard hitter, and you can't take those away. Hard hitters. Y'all remember Bob Sanders? That man was a hard hitter. Um, I know y'all remember. Um, what's his name? His name was Landry. Last name Landry. It wasn't. Not. It's not Harold Landry, and it's not Carl Landry. Um, Let me. I forgot. Jarvis. It's not LeBron Landry. There we go. LeBron Landry. Yeah, I remember LeBron Landry. That man was a freaking. That man was a hard hitter as well. So I think we need to bring that back. You know, in that rotational with Julian Blackman and maybe Kari Willis. And then we have Luke Fortner. I also think Luke Fortner is a late round gem as well. He's a great center. Um, yeah, go look at his grades, his pass protection grade, and and of course his rush game grade is they're really good for a late round guy. So I'm pretty confident in these picks. If you guys think otherwise, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Um, like I said earlier, if you guys conducted your own mock drafts, go ahead and leave the results down in the comments as well. I want to check those guys out. I want to watch some highlights. I want to do some research. Gives me something to do. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. To my one and only fans, y'all take it easy.